So at the start of chapter 240, we have gotten this conversation between Nagi and Itoshi Rin, and I reckon that it gives us a lot of information about the two that could be valuable moving forward. So let's look at it together. So Nagi tells Rin that he's getting stronger and stronger all the time, and that it's absolutely amazing. But one thing he doesn't really grasp is what exactly drives him to become even stronger. This shows me that Nagi Seishiro is willing to learn and grow from whatever it is that he is doing wrong. So Itoshi Rin answers that Nagi should already know this, which is to surpass his brother and destroy Isagi. But Nagi looks pretty unsatisfied with it, asking him what he would do when he accomplishes all of that. Since this situation to him looks no different from what he was trying to do with Isagi. He hasn't even beaten him properly since, for one, they lost the game, and two, he got a lot of help from Ryo. Maybe Rin is so good because he can win and surpass people on his own, as he had demonstrated in the match against the former U20 team. So after that, Rin follows up with saying that he doesn't care, and he tells him, what kind of baby would think about dying when they are immediately born, and that once we are born, the only thing to be doing is to survive. It doesn't matter if there's a heaven or hell either. So what he's basically telling Nagi is that the outcome of his goal pursuit doesn't matter. All that matters is the objective and task at hand. If you have a clear goal that you wish to strive for, your ego will stir up and accompany you on that journey. But if you think about what happens after all the time, you're inevitably going to hit a wall there because you're too concerned about what was and what will be. If you even have a little bit of doubt, it immediately makes the task that much harder. If you can't pour your everything into it and disregard the results, your ego will not prosper enough to overcome whatever you're facing. After that, Itoshi Rin tells Nagi that in his football fantasy, he dictates everything, and that he will send all those who stand before him with a lukewarm attitude straight to hell. So with this conversation, we can deduce that the thing that Nagi is missing is that core drive. Something as irresolute as just beating Isagi isn't enough. Although Rin has the same goal right now, it's not like he's finished after achieving it. It's probably not like he is begging others for help as well. Following his impulses will get him to places he would have never wished to be in beforehand. The true essence of this conversation is that your ego and the act of goal pursuit are not the same thing. I'll use this moment to quickly ask you guys that if you are liking my content so far and wish to support me, subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. Baru's ego, for example, is fixated on becoming the king, even if it means that he has to disregard Snuffy's orders, and that he won't live for a future that someone else has decided for him beforehand. That's when he will truly become the king. His drive here comes from not wanting to be a mere puppet, but an initiator. Bachira's ego has something similar as well. As we all know, his initial impulse was when he didn't need that monster at all. He's found it after getting driven into a mental barrier by Isagi and Rin's rapid development. And here, he actually remembers that becoming one with the ball was everything for him. That was his reason to play football for a while, and that was more than enough, even if it meant losing his only friend. When Chigiri finally decided to run again, he remembered that the drive from running past opponents and scoring goals was the reason for him to play football, even if it meant that his leg had to snap again in the process. What we can understand from these examples is that their egos weren't attached to something incredibly specific or a goal. What they are describing is actually more similar to an impulse or desire. What Nagi Seishiro needs to understand here is that he shouldn't just be aiming for a motivating drive that ties him to some specific achievement he would be getting after accomplishing his goals. Because no matter how you look at it, he will never be able to provide a satisfying answer to his own question, which is what would happen when he accomplishes all of it. Goals are the things that provide you the focus and clarity you need for the goals they belong to. But goals without purpose or ego are kind of useless. If you keep on chasing one goal after the other without knowing why he's doing it, of course, failure would be inevitable. If you'd want to get closer to me and meet like-minded people, consider joining my private Discord community. I'm increasing the price after every 10 people that join. It's the first link in the description. I'm out. Peace.